it's FYF Sports. It's Lamont here today with some quick breaking news. We got Brian Windhorst from ESPN with some breaking news on the developing situation with the NBA and its hopes to continue the season down in Orlando over the next month. We know that coming up on the 24th, players will have to start to make decisions as to if they will be participating or not. And one thing we also do know is that the players who do not participate will be penalized, at least monetarily. A portion of their salary will not be paid. And it's also been described as a bit more harsh than even being suspended. So their pay will be dramatically affected if they choose to sit out. But we have seen players, not just in the NBA, but in the WNBA, who both have stated that they are willing to sacrifice their pay. Most recently, Renee Montgomery of the WNBA, she's came out and stated that she will be sitting out this season to focus on social issues. So there are some players who are steadfast and are very clear about sitting out. I'm not for sure if we actually have that in the NBA. We have a lot of guys on that kind of that bubble, that line, wanting to play but wanting to see change, or you know. So again, we see a lot of imbalance here. But what we're going to do now is we're going to just hear out Brian Windhorst. We're going to see what he has to say about the situation, and hopefully he's going to be able to bring us some more developing news on this situation going into next week.
Bubble with the spike in COVID cases.
Well, let me list them, Hannah. There are players who are concerned about the virus absolutely in general and the situation developing in the Orlando area. There are players who want to remain focused on the Black Lives Matter movement that is right now, for so many of them, the central focus of their lives. There are players who are concerned about injury, especially free agents who potentially don't want to get hurt before going into a big free agency. And there are players who are overseas who may not want to come back into the U.S. in the current situation right now. All overseas players were supposed to be back by June 15th, but Hannah, they did not all come back. How many will make it back? We'll see. Having said all of that, let me tell you, this, from what everybody that I talk to right now, is too big to fail. The overwhelming majority of players are excited. They want to be there. They know that there's going to be positive tests as they start entering the bubble with their teams in the next few days. Can I say that that's going to be the case next Sunday when we talk? No, I cannot. But right now, this is too big to fail.
Well, the opt-out date is Wednesday. The coronavirus testing across the league is scheduled to begin on Tuesday. And really, this entire resumption of the season does hinge on that deal between the league and the Players Association being finalized. So what's the latest there?
Yeah, from what I understand, Hannah, it is going to happen. Despite all of these challenges, despite legitimate concerns, particularly concerns about people who will be in the bubble in Orlando who are not under quarantine, it's going to happen. They're on the verge of coming to an agreement that could be announced in the next 48 hours, certainly before training camps reopen middle of this week. And they all admit there's concerns, but they all admit this is the best they can do, and they're steeling themselves for the wave of potential positive tests back that are going to come in the next few days, explaining it that we want to find out who's sick so we can get them healthy so we can establish the bubble. Again, that is a rhetoric that may look silly in a few days, or it may be reality, but we are headed towards at least a restart of training camp with agreement from the union very soon.
Hey, so as we can see, Brian Windhorst has reported that the concerns, although there are some major concerns about getting the NBA restarted, it's something that the overwhelming majority of players in the NBA want to see happen. I've always believed that. Since this started, I've always felt that the majority of players, from what I hear, about 375 players will be in Orlando, and that's what they're planning for. And the majority of these players want to make it happen. The most pressing concerns from the players don't seem to be surrounding the social issues. The most pressing concerns seem to be revolved around COVID-19 player safety, and not just player safety, but safety for their families as well. So again, the Players Association, Kyrie Irving, Chris Paul, and those guys are closing on a deal that will get this plan locked in going forward. Again, I would presume that these plans are all tentative and could be potentially changed if, let's say, things develop with COVID-19. But from the way it seems now, this is something that not just the players want to make happen, but the NBA also wants to make happen as well. There's just a lot to lose on both sides if this just doesn't pan out the way they want it to. So again, I really hope, again, I've always stated, I really hope that for the players that are kind of on the borderline who don't want to play and they want to see some change socially, I really hope that they've been able to take advantage of this moment and extract some things out of the NBA that can implement change. But then at the same time, for the players that don't want to play due to COVID-19, I really hope that the NBA has taken the time to make sure that the players who go down to Orlando are safe. And so the one thing I do know about those players who will be playing in the bubble, it's not going to be fun. You will feel like you're kind of trapped into one place. And the only thing you will be able to do down there is play basketball. With regards to access to family and things of that nature, I'm really curious to see how that works out as well. I do like the idea of daily testing, but you know, with the way the tests are now, I could see that being very, very annoying for a lot of players. So that could get old very fast. But again, if the players really want to see the season continue on, that's something that they will have to endure through. So again, breaking news right there. The NBA and the NBA Players Association, they are closing on a deal to make this happen. So it seems as if they've been able to get through the social issues. They've been able to at least come to a tentative agreement on the COVID-19 issues, and both sides want to make this happen so that we can get back to playing basketball. All right, so again, that's the breaking news for today. FYF Sports, man, you guys make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the video. If you guys have any questions or concerns, make sure that you are hitting us up on social media, on our Instagram or Twitter inboxes. Just let us know if you have any questions or concerns, or if you want us to speak on any given topic. But other than that, we definitely appreciate the support. Especially on YouTube. Subscriber count has been going up. I think we just surpassed 4,000 subscribers, you know, in less than 30 days. That's been crazy right there. So again, we appreciate you guys for supporting us. We'll definitely keep a wide variety of content coming out. We like to touch on all topics and not just basketball. And again, if there's anything that you guys want to see, just make sure you hit us up, and we'll definitely be sure to to try to touch on it. Hey, but it's FYF Sports with a breaking news report, and we're out.